we used to look at the New Jersey Jets and
There we
say, this
go.
is where receivers' careers go to die. And for the longest time, that was true after Keyshawn Johnson left.
New York Jets. Joe Namath is
Mercy.
fine. We were sitting here all last year, guys. We talked about it. What if these Jets that almost made the playoffs and made a run and made it look kind of scary? These New York Jets. What if they had a quarterback like Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers? Well, guess what? They got Aaron Rodgers. They went out. They spent on him. Yeah, it was a lot to get an aging quarterback, but they got that quarterback that they wanted. Now they got the rookie of the year, the defensive rookie of the year, and they got Aaron Rodgers. And top it off, Brees Hall, he's healthy. You got a running game there. That offensive line, it isn't terrible. And then they went out and signed a bunch of wide receivers for this man. Look out, New York. The Jets are coming, baby. They're coming to take Buffalo down. Look out, Justin.
New Jersey. They're in New Jersey. They haven't crossed in New York yet. They're on the other side. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers.
They decided to go less traffic.
And it's almost. I mean, a little bit less traffic, of course, because no one wants to be in New Jersey, but still a bunch of traffic. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers is the huge addition. We talked about this many times last year, how Zach Wilson sucked and they badly needed a quarterback. Now they have one. Brees Hall, you said he's healthy, but I mean, he's coming back from a torn ACL. So how healthy is he? It's going to be a question. And I mean, they'll be more dangerous later in the year than early in the year because I think Hall will probably be not quite himself coming back early on. It might take him a little bit. Oftentimes it's tough for running backs to come back from that injury in that next year and be the same guy. But yeah, Garrett Wilson is looking like he's going to be one of the best receivers in the league. He was unstoppable last year. Now he's got an actual quarterback throwing to him, so he's even going to be more unstoppable. They got a lot of options to be that second receiver. I'll be curious to see who kind of steps up there. They got Lazard, who has familiarity with Rodgers, or Corey Davis has been a bust of a signing so far, but maybe have a real quarterback will help him step up. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of options there that could be the number two guy. Defensively, they were very good last year. Pretty loaded up front of the defensive line. Sauce Gardner was, I mean, he could have been the top. He might actually have been the top corner in the NFL last year as a rookie. That is astounding. I mean and he's only going to get better. I don't know how, but he's only going to get better. So with him locking down guys, I mean, it just gives them so many options on the defense. Linebacker might be the only weakness they really have there.
So offensively, they've made so many changes the past couple of years. We used to look at the New Jersey Jets and say, this is where receivers' careers go to die. And for the longest time, that was true after Keyshawn Johnson left. But they got Garrett Wilson, who is becoming one of the better receivers in the NFL. Allen Lazard, who has a lot of chemistry with Aaron Rodgers. They got Corey Davis, who has never had a decent quarterback in his career. They have obviously Aaron Rodgers. If Aaron Rodgers for some reason goes down, they have the same team as last year. So then they'll just not make the playoffs again. But offensively, they have Brees Hall. Defensively, they have Bryce Hall. Offensively, they have Michael Carter. Defensively, they have Michael Carter. So they're going with some symmetry here.
Love it.
Tight end may be the only position on the offense where I'm like, all right, you guys have about the same talent with Tyler Conklin and CJ Uzama. They did get Zach Kuntz, who a lot of people looked at him and were like, that guy's going to be a guy someday, but he's a late round pick. At running back, they have Brees Hall, who's probably one of the better running backs in the league at this point. Michael Carter, they just drafted some guy in the 5th round, and they have Zonovan Knight, who took over last year. Defensively,
Donovan Knight.
they
Bam!
are a little bit older when it comes to like top down. They got CJ Mosley, who's aging. DJ Reed's been around for a little bit, but Adrian Amos got signed. He's a little bit older. Jordan Whitehead's a little bit older. Franklin Myers has been around for a little bit. Carl Lawson's been around for a little bit. So they have a little bit of age there. But with age comes experience, and not all of them are out of their prime. Some of them are still well within their prime. One guy that I'm mainly looking forward to is Will McDonald, mainly because my ADHD can't handle his last name, and I'm going to be singing Will McDonald got a sack, E-I-E-I-O, every time I see him get a sack. But they better bring back that sauce at B-Dubs, I'm telling you right now.
They're still doing commercials. Why is it gone?
Maybe it's just our market, but Sauce, definitely one of the better corners already. He's only in the second year. He's definitely one of the best in the league. It was a fight between him and who's the guy from Seattle?
Tariq Wooden.
Yeah, Woolen.
Woolen.
Those two had tremendous seasons last year, but Sauce got all of the attention, mainly because he's in New York and the fact that he went so high in the draft. Noteworthy points. They've signed Greg the Leg, who has some experience, and they signed old ass Thomas Morstead. So they aren't playing around in any facet of this game. They're making sure that if they have to punt, they're punting the ball a mile. If they have to kick, they're kicking the ball a mile. Jets look pretty good on paper. I think that they have a shot at the division, honestly.
And one thing that does concern me is the health of the offensive line. Mekhi Becton has struggled to have a healthy year in his career so far. Can he do that, or are they going to be struggling at the tackle position yet again?
Oh, and they have the other Connor McGovern in the league.
Oh my. You can just write out the record books when the two McGoverns and the AFC East face off.
Yeah.
East is for Justin.
But yeah, as long as the offensive line can stay healthy, I think they got a shot.
And seriously though, Breece Hall, honestly could have been rookie of the year as well. They could have had three players that were arguably rookies of the year last year.
It was impressive.
You don't see that often. This is kind of a situation where a team could just go from zeros to heroes overnight.
And players love playing with Robert Saleh. Despite Sean Payton's words, apparently offensive players like Nathaniel Hackett. Looking forward to that Week 5 matchup. I kind of hope it gets flexed to Sunday night, because that would be electric to see Aaron Rodgers just light up that defense.
For drama going on.